Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and back to action figure reviews today. As you've seen in a lot of my previous video, I've been collecting some Power Rangers figures lately, namely those from the Lightning collection that's being put out by Hasbro now, who acquired the license from Saban and Bandai. So today we're going to be looking at one of the more unusual but totally awesome entries in the Lightning collection. This is a character who originated in the comics rather than in the TV show. This is Lord Drakkon. My figure was actually autographed by Jason David Frank when I went to his in-store out here in Vegas a few days ago. And he also autographed my Zeo Red Ranger as well. I've done a review for this on my channel a few weeks ago, so I'll provide a link to that. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at this, unbox it, and I'll share some of my opinions. For the unfamiliar, Lord Drakkon from the comics is basically a version of Tommy from another universe who never stopped being evil. He retained his Green Ranger powers, and Zordon and Alpha were trying to build the White Ranger to fight him, but he went in, did his thing with them, and stole the White Ranger power. So he's this odd sort of bastardization between the Green and White Rangers. With so many fans of the Tommy Oliver character out there, I mean, this character was like a dream come true and one of my favorite things about the comics. Unfortunately, I kind of fell off the wagon reading the comics, so I got to get back into those, but we'll go ahead and check out this figure for now. There you can see the inside of the case. Mighty Morphin Lord Drakkon, Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Picture of the character on the side there. The picture on this side kind of continues over to that side. Up there it's just plain gray. Down here you got all your legal stuff and disclaimers and so forth. On the back, you got a great picture of the figure posed. More legal stuff down there, including Hasbro's logo and your obligatory choking hazard. But let's go ahead and open up Lord Drakkon and see how he measures up here. Here's a close-up of the inner layer of the figure where it's packaged in the plastic. So I'll go ahead and just unpiece everything here individually. He comes with gripping hands attached, but you can also have these fist hands attached as well. That's pretty standard as far as the Lightning collection goes. For his weapon, he's got the Dragon Dagger, which is associated with the Green Ranger. It's what the Green Ranger used to summon the Dragon Zord, and it's what Lord Drakkon continues to use as his weapon. Again, a pretty standard thing as far as the Lightning collection goes. Also comes with a sort of lightning bolt energy effect piece, so you can put that on the end of the Dragon Dagger when you're posing the figure. We have our alternate head if you don't want to have him masked. This is supposed to be an older, slightly scarred Tommy Oliver, and this is actually a pretty good-looking head. I mean, ironically, despite this being a version of the character that's from the comics and not the TV show, I personally think this is a better likeness of Jason David Frank than some of them that I've actually seen in this line. Got the long hair in the back, and then up there is where we attach it to our figure. So now let's go ahead and get Lord Drakkon out of the package. So here he is. Here's a nice sort of overview. Look at the figure, the front. There you can see his boots. Back of the figure. And we'll just sort of go over this from head to toe, and I'll show off some of the features. First of all, take a look at that helmet. It's got like the white tiger design, but then it's also got some dragon elements as well. This piece on top is a little wobbly and loose at times. It doesn't quite want to stay straight, but that's one of the few minor criticisms I have with this figure. Now, we'll go ahead and swap out the head so that we have the Tommy Oliver head on here rather than the helmeted head. And like I've said in my previous reviews, it's kind of a pain to attach and detach these pieces at times. There, we've got Lord Drakkon's unmasked head there. So going down the figure, one issue I do have with a lot of these characters that have the shields on their chest is they tend to be a little more, wobbly, and they don't quite stay in place. They're also not removable. So Lord Drakkon's shield, his is honestly a little sturdier than most, which is actually, a welcomed addition. You can kind of see on the back as well how that goes. Then the head, of course, can rotate and go up and down, although that's kind of hard to do with the big hair piece in back. Here's a close-up of the shield. You can see the Green Ranger claw emblem and the combination with the white Tiger Zord emblem, which looks very cool. It's no surprise this character's become a fan favorite. And then he's got ball joint arms as well. And actually he's got a pretty good array of motion here, especially when you consider he's got those pads of sorts from the shield. I do like, again, how the shield's a little more sturdy than it is on some of the other figures. His elbows are articulated as well. Yeah, on this side too. And then you can see the open hands here, so you can stick the Dragon Dagger in one of these. These hands swivel as well. And then, like most of the Lightning collections as well, the torso can swivel, so you can do that for posing him. You can also rotate at the torso. Then you can sort of bend him forward and backwards. He's got a holster there that we can put the Dragon Dagger in, so we'll try that out later in the video. And then he's got ball joint legs as well, so that gives you a pretty good array of motion. Knees are articulated. And then get down here, the boots swivel. And then the feet at the bottom, they can swivel from left to right and turn around a little. On the bottoms of the feet, you got all of the copyright information, all that. I know it's kind of hard to see in this video. And then holes in the bottom of the feet, I guess in case they make any play sets or Zords or anything like that. So let's go ahead and put the Dragon Dagger in his hand, since that's his famous weapon. As with a lot of the other Lightning Collection figures, you kind of have to pry these hands pretty good to get anything in them. But I actually got that in without too much difficulty. So there he is with his Dragon Dagger. Yeah. And we'll go ahead and stick that in his holster. Now, looking at the Dragon Dagger, it does look a little plain. You don't have a lot of those gold lines of detail like you get on bigger figures. Something I would like to see fixed in later figures, maybe. But I guess they only have so much they can work with, and they probably have to keep the cost down as well. But, go figure. There we got his Dragon Dagger put away. Actually, while we're at it, I'll put this lightning effect piece on the end of the dagger. Looking for our hole here. Okay, it's on this side. There's a little bit of a groove there. It's hard to see in the video, but it's there. So, and unfortunately, this doesn't really want to stay on there too firmly. Now I got to find the groove again. Yeah, for the life of me, this just does not want to stay on here too well. But you don't have to display it with those pieces if you don't want. I don't know that I'll use them when I display my figures or not. Gonna rip his hands off and put those fist hands on next. Like I always say, sometimes these can be a pain to get on and off. Actually, the right one went on pretty easily. Okay, there we got them both in, so he's got his fists ready. So, it's a pretty solid figure overall. I'm going to put his helmet back on. Like I said, that piece on the top's not super sturdy. I kind of bent that when I was putting the helmet back on. So as far as the pros go, it's a very good-looking figure. I think it does justice to its comic book counterpart. I'd like to see more characters from the comics eventually get figures. Apparently they're making one of his Tyrannosaurus Centuries, but that's already sold out in pre-orders, and people are scalping the pre-ordered ones on eBay like crazy, which is a damn shame. And, of course, he's got the Dragon Dagger, which is a nice, nifty weapon, and lots of articulation. Not uncommon with the Lightning Collection. As far as the few cons go, like I said, I couldn't really get this piece of energy to stay on the dagger too well. Might have to work with that a little later. And, you know, like I said, a lot of these shields can be a little loose and hard to deal with, but his is actually a little sturdier compared to the other figures, so if anything, I'll consider that a pro. Overall, Lord Drakkon does not fail to please, and I'd say this is probably one of the better Lightning Collection figures that I've reviewed, despite a few minor flaws. Are you a fan of the Power Rangers, and have you been picking up any of these Lightning Collection figures yet? Have you experienced Lord Drakkon in the comics? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos, and give this one a like if you found it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you in my next video.